Good morning. Welcome to our health and wellness show here at WNPR. We are streaming live. WeBelieveDigital.com on Facebook. We Believe Digital Podcast. Facebook. YouTube. WeBelieveDigital.com. Roku TV. We Believe Global. Thank you for. And we're going to give you the phone number to call in. It's 1-800-492-5186. Please give us a call to call in, ask some questions, give us your thoughts on things. And I'd like to start the show off by introducing myself. My name is Dr. Gerald Barnes at One Source Health and Wellness. Here I have with me Dr. Franco Taylor at rightstuffhealth.com. And we have Pastor Cowart here and again, go ahead and talk, but we're going to let you start out today. And
Church of God, the Bible
Church.
Way.
Okay, thank you, for being with us here today. This is, I think we're on the verge of, creating something really strong and really powerful here in the state of Mississippi as a whole. And I think we can definitely bring what we have as far as our knowledge, our compassion to actually make this place turn around the way we need to. And I would love to just, go into a little bit of just talking about what it is that we plan to do with this collaboration. Some of you have always listened to the show and listened to Mr. Sherry Jones, and we've been on the radio quite a bit, and we've always talked about this collaboration, and everybody's like, okay, well, what's going on? What do we want to do? And we want to try to go a little bit more into depth and detail and give the people the information that's needed. So today I would like for you to go ahead and introduce yourself, Doc, and tell us exactly what you do and what we plan on.
All right, I'm Dr. Franco Taylor. Actually, I'm what I call a health evangelist, because in all reality, naturopathic doctors are not recognized in most cities and states in the United States. And I mean, the reason is obvious, but the bottom line is I am a health evangelist, have been for 42 years. As of today, I'm 72 today, and I've spent 42 years teaching people how to be well naturally, the Bible way. And it's amazing because Elder Cowart over here next to me is a part of the Bible Way. That's the name of the church. And if you'll see right in front of me, this is the name of my book. It's a manuscript being made into a book, but it's called The Bible Way to Health, BIBLEWAY, which is an acronym. Each one of the letters stands for a prescription for God for being well. Like the B is best food and combinations. The I is intake of plenty of water. And we'll go down to the Y, which is yield to God's will always. Because you can't make a change without those kind of changes without the help of God. So I just like to say that. But I've spent 42 years helping people to get well naturally without drugs, without medication if they so chose. Lose weight, gain weight, get their high blood, diabetes under control, even cancer, full-blown AIDS. And I've watched individuals help their body to turn around even from the COVID in the last 2 years. So that's what I've done. That's what I do. And as a health evangelist, I guess I do sort of like my elder brother did, show people how to be well and to be whole. And that's pretty much it for me. I like to say this, though. I thank God for my wife. I know she loves me, because she's allowed me to deliver our children at home, and my children and all those that support us in the ministry. And that's Right Stuff Health and Wellness Center out of Memphis, Tennessee.
Wow, great. Pastor Carol, go ahead and give us a...
Well, I'm from the Church of God, the Bible Way of the Apostolic Faith, and out of Winter Haven, Florida. We have 220 congregations worldwide, and part of our mission is to also help bring healing to the total man, spirit, soul, and body. I believe that it's necessary. If you have a good car with a nice body and no engine, the car's still no good. You got to get a good engine with no body is no good. So I think we have to deal with the health, we have to deal with the wealth, and the mental state. And so that's our mission and goal, is to certainly heal the whole man.
Wow. That's very powerful. I think that is the state that we're in today. All of these things are very important when it comes to what pretty much tells us what's going on within our community right now. We see a lot of death. We see a lot of crime. We see a lot of poverty. We see a lot of just back and forth, and all these things that we plan on addressing, individually, is just if we have people just like what I'm looking at right now, who actually just care. that's the most important thing, is that we have to bring in individuals into our group and work together, because I think we can turn this thing around. Because health has always been one of the biggest topics here in this state. And it's more of an issue now during the pandemic, and some of the things that we kind of talked about for the past couple of years now. We're almost going on 2 years now with the pandemic. And we keep coming back to these same things that have plagued our community, for a long time. We're talking about high blood pressure, we're talking about diabetes, we're talking about high cholesterol. And this is where we have said, our current state of health right now is not working right now for us, and at some point we have to make a change. So again, please call in 1-800-492-5186 if you have any questions or comments. Please give us a call. We're looking forward to answering any questions that you may have, and just bringing up any relevant topic that will be something that people need to hear. And that's one thing that I am very excited about, is to working with this brother, because I've had a chance to talk to you for the past 2 years, and I think, and I've always thought that together we could definitely point people in the right direction. Because again, everything is about the information. Our people, we're not educated. We're not going to say educated, but lack of knowledge, or I hate using the word ignorant because it sounds so bad, but it's not a bad word, but it's lack of knowledge. Yes. And we will perish if we don't start to actually gain that knowledge back, because the thing is that we've gone so long, and you're starting to see the how they say it, so the repercussions, right. for years of just lack of knowledge, and that's where we have to come in and start to turn things around. So I'm hoping that with this collaboration that we bring other doctors in, and we're not going to agree on everything.
Yes.
And the one thing that we can't deny is facts, truth, and we're in a place now where, that's so important, because there's so much misinformation out there, whether you're on social media or whether it's the media intent. We have to do our due diligence and educate the community about turning this thing around, whether it's from a health and wellness standpoint, mental health. I haven't seen Jackson like this in a long time. and Pascal, would you here too? Just give us a state of, how they say the president always gives a state of union. What would you say that what is the state of our union right now?
Well, one of the things that you said, I think, is very powerful, and it's okay to be ignorant, because ignorance says that you don't know. But you move from the level of ignorance to stupid when you learn and don't do any better.
Yes.
So I think the state that we're in now, that we have a lot of people who are ignorant about what's going on, and we have, if you're baking a cake, you need all of the ingredients in the same place. Mm-hmm. So I think what happens is we're at a state that there's ignorance there, but if we can bring your knowledge, my knowledge, the doctor's knowledge, we all come together, then we have all of the ingredients to get a product. And I think what we have, there's an issue where there's a divisive issues between the people who actually have the product, if we can come together, because it's not just, I can't put flour in the bowl and say I got a cake. I got to get the flour. Mm-hmm. I got to respect the flour, I got to respect the sugar, I got to respect the butter, and each of them can't dominate that particular bowl, or it doesn't taste like a lemon cake. It becomes a butter cake or a chocolate cake. And so I have to realize when I bring all these particulars together, then we can change the state of our communities.
And I love what you just said, because this is the thing. When you talk to certain people, where I feel your passion. We want to help. We're here at the crack, trying to get the information out there, and we want to encourage other people to, because we can't do this thing by ourselves. This has to be how we would say it takes a village. well, we have to it takes a lot of us because we can't carry this load on our own. And I think if we get like minds together, we can accomplish great things, because for what we're working on right now, this can actually be the model for, things moving forward across the country, because, with so much information out there on the internet, and people are starting to get hip. They're starting to how you say wake up a little bit. Like,
Yes.
they're starting to ask the right questions. And that's where we kind of come in, where we're saying, at some point we have to stop doing, what's the definition of insanity? Is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. Well, it's time to stop the insanity because what we've been doing over and over for years has and we're expecting a different outcome is not working at this point in time. And I think that the more and more the conversations are had and people who are willing to listen, that's where you're actually going to see true change. Because what we see here a lot is we have a hard time coming together, and I think we do more infighting than getting anything done, which is, and I may step on some toes or rub, but that's what we see here in the community, and we have seen. And at some point in time, we definitely want to change or buck these trends, because every time we go about trying to get something done that's positive, there's always 12 negatives that comes back with that one positive. And that's one of those things where if we can just block out the noise, because again, nothing's going to be perfect.
Yes.
But we will always say, listen, as long as a person comes with a big heart and have really care about the community and our kids, every time we turn on the news, it's always negative. There's very few positive things, and we want to be something positive towards the community because we want to start changing our environment or our surroundings.
Yes.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to throw in on what was being said by you and Pastor Elder Cowart. 3 John 2 says, "My people perish for lack of knowledge," and we know that. And I'm sorry. 3 John. That's Hosea. 3 John 2 says, "Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health." So God is saying, of course, I want you. And by the way, I'd like to just throw in what makes it work is that we all believe in God.
Yes.
We all believe in Christ. We believe in God, and that's the super glue. But God says, I want your souls, yes, but on this earth, I wish that thou mayest prosper and be in health. In other words, he's saying, I want you healthy and wealthy.
Yes.
And that's a problem because most of God's people are sick and broke.
Yeah.
And so what can we do about that? Well, again, God said, I wish that or wilt thou be made whole. He said that throughout the scriptures. And you brought that up a little bit ago, Elder Howard. You just simply said, Cowart, that he wants us whole, body, mind, and spirit.
Yes.
And that's what our elder brother Jesus Christ did on this earth. He literally walked this earth. He healed more people. He brought more people back from the dead. He fed more people. He dealt with more demoniac minds, psychological problems. They had ADD, ADHD, anxiety, whatever they had. He dealt with that. He did more of that than he did preaching. But whenever he did that, they would always say, why would a man like you do something like that for someone like me? Then he would say, because my Father has spoken, or it is written. So they ask him for a Bible study. Mm-hmm. So we don't have to beat them with the Bible. All we got to do is beat them with the love that God brought and do what Jesus did. Wow. They'll beg you for a Bible study. Wow. So that's where we all come together. We're talking about one of the top men of God in the country. Wow. Not based on because you're sitting there, because God has used you to raise up hundreds of churches. And I'm going to throw this plug in right now, Elder Cowart, because I know that if I didn't hear it incorrectly, there's about 43 acres up in Kosciuszko area. What's the name? Oprah Winfrey from her hometown, just sitting there that'll house 500 people. 500. Wow. And I'm saying,
yes,
we're going to have a health revival.
Yes.
With a cooking school attached to it.
I love that.
We're gonna wake up this area. Yeah. And I'm leaning on you, brother. I know you're the kind of brother where I can put you on the spot and you say, okay, we're gonna look forward to that. And I'm just
and go into a little bit in depth about that, what you have there in Kosciuszko.
What your plan was.
And how it came about.
Yeah, well, we purchased it about 7-8 years ago. Mm-hmm. a friend of mine. We purchased a church in Alabama, and after that he said, look, man, we have a large camp that's closing down. We'd like you to come check it out, see if you want it. And we went out there, Olympic-sized pool, 43 acres, football field, cabins, houses, apartments, large kitchen, and I mean just sitting there for us. And we went ahead and purchased it. We purchased it because we wanted to be able to have all of our youth conferences and all out there, have a summer camp for the kids and all. And so we do utilize it throughout the year. But we brought it because we wanted to have a place that we can actually have somewhere that our young people can feel that it's there. And it's so important that when you're dealing with our youth, especially our black children, we want them to see something that says you own it. Mm-hmm. If you can see it, you can be it. I think that's very important. They wanted to change their mindset and thinking. The doctor said something that I think was very powerful. John said, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even. And you know, it's important when you're dealing with certain things to have a balance. You know, if you have a car that the tires are low on this side, it's going to be a rocky ride. So when God says even, he says, I want your spiritual man and your finance and your health to be even as your salvation. So you got a lot of saved, sick people.
Yes.
But that ain't even. Because I'm right around telling you God is a healer.
He's a healer.
And I'm sick. You know? And so when you look through the Bible, it's very important that we have that. So we wanted that so that we can have an example for our young people to look at and say, hey, this can be done. And it was purchased by the church, and the young people can go and say, we own this. This is ours.
Wow, that is awesome. That is something.
That's powerful.
I am definitely appreciative, you know, of what you have done, because that is a heck of a story. You know, you don't see too many in churches reaching out like that, because, you know, again, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes, but, you know, that's what you call, you know, being proactive in the community. Right. You know, and I think that you have the blueprint. You know, and I think you know, if God puts it on your heart to start, I think that is something that should spread. You know, as far as you know, giving that knowledge and how this came about to other churches, because I think that is positive. You know, you know, you're talking about giving the kids in the state something to do. Yes. You know, besides, you know, sitting on the video games, being sedentary, you know, letting these video games and movies and social media, you know, just poison their minds. You know, it's important to, you know, none of us get outside anymore. You know, and that's I think plays a huge role, you know, in how our kids are physically overall, you know, whether it's their physical health or mental health. You know, we're not as active as a whole as in the world, you know, where we were back in the day, where, hey, get outside, you know, go outside and run, don't come back when the street lights come on, you know, if you're in the country, you know, as soon as the sun comes down, get back inside. So it's one of those things where we have to start pushing again to being, you know, eating the right things, getting proper exercise, you know, educating people on nutrition, you know. And I love the idea about, you know, having, you know, the cooks, you know, like, wow, you know, showing people how to eat, you know, stay away from this, stay away from that. You know, I think that's important, because we've been taught so many of the wrong different things. And, you know, understand that what we used to have access to back then, we no longer have access to. Right. You know, a spinach salad today is totally different from a spinach salad in 1950s and 60s, because of the way that it was processed. So, okay, and we want to definitely make sure that we continue to calling in. Please, you know, please call in 1-800-492-5186. Please call in, ask any question that you may have. 1-800-492-5186. Please call in. Please, we're looking forward to hearing from you and any questions that you may have. We have two gentlemen here, right here, full of knowledge and full of passion for what they do. And I think that, you know, as how my dad used to say, you know, it ain't over till they throw dirt in your face. You know, to continue to push through even at your age, at 72. I know some people have, rolled over and just said, I'm done. You guys have it. You are a marvel, Dr. Taylor, because, again, I'm hoping that when I get there, if I get there,
you will.
I'm fighting the good fight, because, again, we need more people like you, because what you bring to the table is like no other. It's very unique, and as we've always talked about this, is that you have definitely, when using the Bible, to educate and teach the people is the number one thing. You open that thing up right there,
It's powerful.
Can't deny the facts. Fact, you can't deny the facts.
There was a guy up in Chicago once. What was his name? Reverend Ike.
Yes.
And I think he said, you can't lose with the stuff I use.
Yes.
And that's what it is. When you got that word, and everybody here today is talking from that word, it's a powerful piece. But if I could throw in, the Bible says, if there are any sick among you, call for the elders. And so we're elders. I'm thankful. 72 is young for me because I'm looking at 120 at least, unless God say different. So by God's grace, I intend to. But we are the elders. And I think we're gonna maybe open up for a call, and I can say
yes, I think we have a call coming through. Caller, go ahead with your comment or question.
Good morning, Dr. Barnes. Thank you all so much, first of all. And I'm sitting here watching the work of Mr. Jenkins, and it's just amazing what he is doing, and Dr. Steve Gerald. But I'm also extremely proud of the collaboration when black men come together to address the issues in their community.
Yes.
And I don't think we can continue to wait on the government to come in to do this. Mm-hmm. The other part of it is our pastors, like Apostle Cowart, need to look at developing a health plan for our people. And in 2022, we need to start the year out, raise the focus, get in front of the abundance of money that we will never see again in our lifetime. Let me say this. To move food, let me show you how tricky some things could be. When you talk about the infrastructure bill and the billions of dollars that's being put out under infrastructure, when you move something from a seed to a plant, and then from a plant to a plate, that's infrastructure.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
So we don't need to be tricked by people talking about that infrastructure money. We need to be dealing with developing infrastructure plans, and everything that we move from point A to point B is part of infrastructure. So we need to be looking for funding in order to access this and move our people forward. Look, again, thank you all so much. I'm honored that you have a man that drives from Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes.
Another one that'll fly in from Florida. Mm-hmm. Another one that'll come in from Texas, just to develop a plan to help our people. And in most cases, all three of you all continue to give services to the African American community for free. I'm going to say it again. For free.
Yes, sir.
And that's what's missing in the African American community. Black folks don't want to do nothing now if they're not going to get paid. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Mr. Jones.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Wow, that's powerful. And I'll just finish what I was saying because he just busted it wide open. Mm-hmm. We are the elders, and it's our duty to reach back and do what our elder brother did. Or we're not even fit to be here on this earth if we don't do what he came to do, because the scripture, the first thing he said to us was be fruitful and multiply and replenish the whole earth. In other words, I want you to have more little perfect beings created in my image to give me honor and glory. And that's what he said, is Christ in you, the hope of glory. So he doesn't get any glory if we don't do Christ-like things.
That's true.
And so we're the elders. It's our job. It's our reasonable duty. And I just wanted to get that in. Thank you, Mr. Jones, for calling in. That's perfect, right on time.
Thank you for calling in and definitely bringing us all together, because again, you saw something in us individually, and decided to bring us together, and I think that your vision, of what we believe that this can turn into is a great one, and we're definitely going to be able to reach the mass of people, no matter whether you're in Mississippi, in Louisiana, or California, Texas, or Memphis. I think that if we have the right people in place, we can get so many different things done. Okay, all right, we got another caller. Okay, caller, go ahead with your question or comment.
Yes, good morning. How y'all doing today?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a question for Dr. Taylor concerning. Hold on for a minute. Let me take off my Bluetooth, and I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay.
I'm getting a bad. Okay, thank y'all. So my question is for Dr. Taylor. I'm a first-time grandmother, and I know you said you delivered your children at home. So I'm calling about, like, the breast milk. So when my daughter transitioned from breast milk, and she wants to go, like, natural for her baby, her newborn, they gave her some soybean formula.
Okay.
Is that something
Okay.
that you did with your children, and like plant-based formula instead of the cow's milk?
Sure did. Absolutely. And
I'm going to hang up so I can hear,
Okay.
because I'm really having a bad connection.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Very
you.
good. The caller is asking whether soy formula or plant-based formula, once you come off of breast milk, is one. Well, I'd like to give kudos, first of all, for the young lady starting the baby off on breast milk. That's absolutely, because the immune system in a child starts with the breast milk from the mother. That first milk is called colostrum. It's very, very cloudy, but it has the immune system from the mother. And if I could back up a little bit, as the baby was coming through the womb, or when the baby was in the sac connected by the umbilical cord, the baby was getting the microbiome, or the healing, the bacteria, the good bacteria, the immune system from the mother. When the baby came through the womb, she was getting all the vaginal bacteria to strengthen the outside of the body from the skin on. And then when the milk got started, of course, that put it in from the inside. So that baby has a great start. But most of the children that I was blessed to deliver with God's help, we literally, once they came off breast milk, we put them on a soy formula, half and half with carrot juice. Listen to what I'm saying. Fresh carrot juice. Those two together will make that baby a beautiful, bouncing, healthy child. Healthier than any. And we did that. And these children, I've got children that never had shots, never, and I'm not picking on y'all. I'm not telling you what to do. You do what you want to do, whatever God tells you to do, you're a practitioner. But I have children that never had shots, and they never had childhood diseases. No mumps, no measles, no chicken pox, none of that. Flu, they didn't have any of that. So all I'm saying is yes, that's wonderful. And the soy formula with carrot juice would be a wonderful thing. Coconut milk and carrot juice mixed together. Any of these plant-based forms, oat milk, cashew milk, lymph milk, just all kinds of milks that are not cows. But let me say this, cow milk, so that all of you will know, for babies or adults, is a killer, because it has so much butter fat and so much acid in it that it will cause the stomach to literally erode, and it causes children with this SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome, children that are breastfed, like the woman they called in talking about her granddaughter, never, ever, ever, ever there's been one case of a child breastfed having SIDS. Most of them were what? They were fed the formulas, and so the mucus that formed from all the acid and butter fat literally caused them to strangle themselves to death on their own saliva and mucus. So I thought that was a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that was an awesome question, because I think that more important at this day and age, children, we need to put our emphasis and focus back on them and their health, because I think if you teach them at an early age, they don't develop some of these bad habits that we carry on. And Pastor, you probably see this a lot. What's the first thing that happens when we get out of church, or a church service is released? What's the first thing that's on people's minds?
Go eat.
We're going straight to eat, right? So no matter whether it's Golden Corral, whether it's Piccadilly, or whatever, or even just preparing it, you have to understand that these things. think if you do that over every Sunday, every Sunday, consistently, we're not even talking about the meals that you eat throughout the week, how is that playing a role in the total health of our people here in this nation, especially the African American community?
I think it's amazing when I heard Dr. Taylor talk, how the Bible just lays out the medical information that he's given. The Bible says that we should desire the sincere milk of the word. And when you look at that sincere milk of the word, it's a milk that's only produced in the body of the mother, according to the Bible. And so he's matched the milk with the child. It's amazing that God does that. And the
caller, go ahead. You are on the air.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm calling to let you know I am enjoying and learning from this informational experience, but I want to focus on that good-looking, seasoned gentleman in the middle. If I was not married to him, I would want to be married to him. And I just want everybody to wish him a happy birthday. If I had a singing voice, I would say happy birthday to you.
Wow, I totally forgot about that. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday to you. And you all, what you see is what you get. He is all giving, all loving, and he loves you, the people. So call in and ask him some good questions about your health. Have a good morning.
Thank you, sweetheart.
That was wonderful.
That's my wife.
The number again is 1-800-492-5186. Again, that's 1-800-492-5186. Please, we're having a wonderful show this morning. Again, Doc, thank you. Happy birthday. I totally forgot.
Happy birthday, Doc.
Happy 72. 72 years to make it to this milestone. Is truly blessing. And to see you, I think we had a meeting a couple months back, and I saw you do a little juke move in a jump shot. I was like, oh wow, that's what you're doing at 70.
God is good.
So he has the key, folks.
Well, could I put an ad in right here for what's going on today, and you're hosting it, folks? We want you to come down. And you can see on the screen where it's going to be, but we're actually having a free consultation. That's right. Today is my birthday. And when things are not always working quite like you want to, I've always tried to give to someone else. So I'm going to spend my birthday, my wife is allowing me to spend my birthday doing free consultations here in the Jackson area, because my people here are perishing because of knowledge. And so we want you to have, I charge $195 for a consultation, but we're going to do free consultations today, and it's going to be, as you can see on the screen, at One Source Health and Wellness, which is one of the clinics run by Dr. Gerald Barnes here right next to me. Okay, that's the collaboration that we're talking about. He's giving up his space for me to come in and do. So you all can read the flyer. I'm going to read it for you. Right Stuff Health and Dr. Franco Taylor, that's me, will be doing free consultations from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. today, Friday, December 17th. The location is One Source Health and Wellness. That's 1006 Top Street, Suite H, Flowood, Mississippi. Consultations are free, but this is a ministry, so there will be a box. And it looks sort of like this, and it'll say donations for those of you who would like to give. I think my office manager put birthday gift on the other side. But by God's grace, we're simply saying it's ministry, and we want to be able to do this for thousands of people. We want to have consultations for people who can't afford consultations. Mm-hmm. And if we don't do this, and Pastor Elder, I want to call it Apostle Cowart, has assured me that we're going to work together, and we're going to take these kinds of situations around the United States. We're going to have places where people can come and get well and go back home and live that life. And again, you can call at 901-425-2273. There may be another space or two left. Looking at this sheet here, we're full except for maybe one more call. We're full all the way up until 3 3:40. So we've got a call 4 o'clock, and we'll end it there. So if one more person wants to call in, you can call us at 913, I think it was 913 is the number, 913-363-FOOD. That's 913-363-FOOD. If you call 901-425-2273, nobody is there today because I'm here, okay? But you can call 913-363-FOOD. That's 913-363-3663.
Perfect. And please take advantage of this unique opportunity today, because not too many people or individuals will give away their time for free, because this is how much this man cares about people. And I'm hoping that it's a line outside of the door. We do want to make sure that we definitely honor COVID rules. Everybody's going to be masked. We're going to try to keep the flow pretty good there, to try to minimize the amount of contact that people have. But please take advantage of this unique thing. Hopefully, if this goes well, this will be something that we will, look at doing on a consistent basis, from here on out, because again, you're going to provide, or we're going to provide so much, information to the patient as a whole, because there's such a need for it. And going back to what we talked about before about the state of our what happens when we congregate after church, and the dangers that come along with doing that on a consistent basis for 30, 40, 50 years. It's a miracle that some of us make it to 50 and 60 with the amount of I hate using this word poison, but I don't know any other soft way to put it, other than that's what it is, every Sunday. And, Pastor, you see it more than anybody, and just stressing the importance of, how important it is to, teach people how to eat.
And it starts with the leadership. I can say I was one of those that I ate everything, and but I had a vision one day, and in this vision, I saw this musician is really playing real good on this nice guitar, and then there was a raggedy guitar given to the musician in this vision, and he was trying to play, and God says, "Now you're my instrument," and regardless of how good the musician is, if the instrument is no good, that changed my mindset. That means I don't care how much God want to use you. If you got a bad instrument, he can't even do what he want to do with you. So,
Caller, go ahead. What's your question or comment?
The comment is that Dr. Franco spent yesterday baking birthday muffins to start the cooking experience called out. You all might want to come out and try one of his delicious birthday muffins. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'll have to try that.
I can't wait to try one of those. So I'm hoping that you'll have some left.
Well, they're in the car, so you all get first pick.
I like that. Now look at this. This is wonderful. Now you're giving out muffins on your birthday. That shows the heart that you have.
Yes, and that's what we'll be doing. Because we'd like to see that happen throughout all the congregations that you're a part of and that we can come up with. We got a delicious banana nut muffin. We got blueberry muffins with no sugar, no milk, no eggs, no nothing. But they're so delicious, make you bite your fingers.
Well, we're looking forward to it.
That's the kind of stuff that we want. Our people deserve the best. And that's what we want to teach them. How to live a high quality of life. And not just have longevity, but to have good life.
Yes.
Not just exist, but to live. And that's
right.
what I'm so glad. I was almost at the end of my rope of what can we do? I mean, I'm by myself and nobody's listening. I'm 40-something years.
Yes.
And before we get off, I'd like to talk about these products that you see here, because I prayed for a company that would come along, because I was designing products. We've had as many as 12 products, 8 of them liquid at one time, that literally would help turn the whole body around. And being liquid, they were 98% absorbable. But in some cases, the system doesn't want good stuff like that out, and they're shutting doctors down all around the United States, websites, products, because they're saying it's medicine and you're healing. But I'm simply saying that God blessed me to find these formulas at a time when I had prayed for 40 years found out that the person that developed these, researched and developed them 51 years ago, had spent 40 years in research and development before he let one come out. I said, 40 years, that's got to be it.
Yeah.
And these are formulas that I've been blessed to use, and we'll talk about them a little bit. But this is one I designed 38 years ago. It's one of the top products on the market for literally going in and cleaning out the gut, because that's where it all starts.
Yes.
All disease starts in the stomach, in the gut. And this is called Clean Sweep Colon Broom. Clean Sweep Colon Broom. And this product literally goes in and completely pulls stuff loose that's been adhered to the stomach for years. And when this comes loose and the bowels start moving, Leviticus 17:11 says the life of the flesh is in the blood. When that blood starts moving, most of you with high blood pressure, if you got your bowels to move, your blood pressure would drop several points immediately. Immediately, because we're all plugged up, stopped up. So, and again, we've got 3 other formulas there that been around for 51 years, just a year and a half in the state in the States. And so these products are so powerful. This one called Belage has literally got white paper where they did in vitro trials, and this is important, and in vivo, which means live volunteers. This formula was proven. It's called Belage, which means good age. It was proven to assist the immune system in stopping all viruses.
Wow.
Gastroenteritis, influenza A, influenza B, and SARS. And SARS is the grandparent of all the coronaviruses.
Yes.
You're talking about the way it jumps on the lungs and attacks your breathing apparatus. Okay, and this formula actually stopped all of those by assisting the immune system in building. And I get so excited about the Word of God, but the bottom line is, the scriptures say that when Christ was on this earth, it said that God sent forth his angels to gather out all things that offend. In other words, there were times when they were about to get Christ and he just disappeared. The angels just came in and Pastor Elder Cowart, Apostle Cowart, you know what I'm talking about. But the bottom line, he did the same, said it should be the same on earth as it is in heaven. So if he did that for God, for Christ, from the heavenly angels, in our bodies, he placed the same thing. It's called immune system. And the immune system, trillions of white cells, leukocytes, lymphocytes, phagocytes, T cells, B cells, natural killer cells go into the body and literally cause the body to do what? Get rid of all things that offend. That's the immune system.
Okay, I think we have a question on the screen. How can I purchase your product?
Okay, our products are available at rightstuffhealth.com. RIGHT STUFF health HEALTH.com. All of our formulas there, the top formulas that you see here, starting with the colon broom, the Belage, the Inner 7, which is minerals that literally come from 321 meters, 3.5 miles down in the Okinawa Ocean, where you have all these sea anemone and all these sea plants and algae loaded with chlorophyll. Those are what this water comes from, and then it's purified to give you all 60 minerals, especially magnesium, which the body needs for all of its processes. And then we've got this one that's called Cranui, which is your chronological clock at night, that literally burns up those caramelized fats that we eat and all those sugars that we eat, and it burns them up, gives you immediate energy, and then it takes the residue not out of the stomach into the bloodstream, but out of the body, so that you wake up in the morning with your sugar level down, your blood pressure down, and your waistline going in. Formulas that have the nanotechnology, which simply means, and I'll end with this, simply means that they're so minuscule, so small, that the ingredients go straight through the blood-brain barrier and straight through the cell walls at the microcellular level, helping the body to reverse, recover, and restore itself immediately.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. You sound like you've done so much research on this, and we do applaud, the work that you put in and dedicated yourself to, finding these products and actually introducing it to the community in order to, help or treat a lot of these things that we suffer from. And it's awesome. And I thank you so much. And what you do goes hand in hand with what I do, as far as, and I don't think we've gotten to touch on that a little bit, but,
I've throw in another ad if I could.
I have so many people
with Doc to make sure that Doc has these formulas for those of you who are here that want to get them and not have have to wait for them to be shipped to
Yes.
you. So we'll be talking about that too.
Thank you
And
so
I saw a
much.
lot of our congregants on the Facebook page, and I would encourage them also to make sure that you reach out and spread the word. You know, you know, it's important that we spread it out, let people know what's out. So let's get it out Bible way. Let everybody know, hey, this is a product that's going to help. And you know, one of the things that I was listening to Dr. Taylor saying, I think is very important. The first doctors in the Bible was the priests. They were the first doctors, and anytime anybody got leprosy, they would have to go to the doctor. What was unique and different was that the doctors, they were the doctors, but they were examining people with leprosy, which was a contagious disease. But the priest never caught leprosy.
No.
And the reason he didn't, because he was able to eat something that Israel wasn't, the showbread. He ate the showbread, and his diet protected him. And even in the book of Exodus, when it came down to the plague that hit Egypt, what God did first to attack Egypt was he destroyed all the herbs first. Many people don't see that, but all of the herbs in Egypt were destroyed. Then the plague came, because as long as they were eating the herbs, they couldn't get the plague. So what God did, He came through first and destroyed all the herbs, which made it now that now the Egyptians, their herb system was down, and they could get sick.
They were more susceptible to sickness.
He moved what was building their immune system up.
Deep, brother.
Yes,
That's deep.
I think you shook something there.
and where you were there, the thing that they used that they got rid of was hyssop.
Yeah.
Hyssop, as part of the parsley family, was what they used to get rid of leprosy and so forth.
That's
so
right.
they made sure that was wiped out.
All of it was
because
gone.
it healed.
That's right.
And way back yonder, we talking about thousands of years ago.
Yep.
The healing things were in the ground. The medicine was in the ground. That's deep.
Israel got sick. One of the first things the Lord did, He gave them tea.
Gave them tea.
It was in the wilderness. The waters were bitter. He told them to put it in there.
He threw that bush out there.
Then after He did that, He said something. He said, "Now I'm the Lord that healed you."
I'm the Lord.
And then He said, "If you would do this, none of these sicknesses
Will come upon you. Watch out.
Yeah.
That's
None
deep.
of them.
Oh, brother. That's some good stuff.
That is great stuff. That's
I'm really
awesome.
appreciative
And again,
of that.
if your sermon is anything like this on Sunday, you know, I'll be there this Sunday. So you just tell me the time and the place, and we'll definitely be there. But this, you know, people need to hear the truth, you know, and understand why some of these things that we typically deal with on a daily basis is not working, you know. And you know, again, I'm not anti-medicine. We're not anti-this, and please do not take that for. We just want the truth to come out, because again, what you are doing to your body, you know, is detrimental long term, you know, and even in the short term too as well. So you know, it's very important that, you know, again, the internet is there for a reason. You research these things, you know, look it up for yourselves, and please give us some of your information if you can.
Yeah. Well, we're having revival for the next 7 days, and I'll be there at 3102 Monticello Drive. I'll be there until next Thursday evening. We'll be having service in the evenings at 7, 12 o'clock to 1 prayer, and then I'll do a teaching from 1 o'clock to 2 on these days. And one day we are going to dedicate that to teaching Bible health from the scripture. I wrote a book, This Is For Your Health, which is just a Bible lesson that really talks about eating right, and we'll be dealing with that on one day of next week. But we'll be there for the next 7 nights, and we're expecting God to do something wonderful. It's a citywide revival, and we're bringing people in to pray and to preach and to just ask God to turn the conditions in Jackson, because I believe prayer is very important. If we can get people praying together, we can make a difference.
Good. Give us that address one more time.
It's 3102 Monticello Drive. That's right here in the city of Jackson.
Wow. Okay.
3102 Monticello Drive.
Great.
And do you know in advance which night you'll be talking about the health?
Well, I'm thinking it's going to be next week, maybe Monday.
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 Okay.
Monday.
If I can get back here, I'll try to come back if at all possible. That sounds wonderful. That's wonderful. That's good stuff.
Great. That's wonderful.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Okay, I think we have one more question that we'll take. lose 30 pounds. I've lost 10 pounds. How can I get rid of 20 pounds? I'm vegan. I feel great every day.
That's one of our elders. He's one of our district elders, so I know he'll spread the word over there.
Well, let me answer that question for you, sir. A lot of vegans, most vegans, they stop eating animal, but they eat a lot of sugar. And sugar is going to give you all that fat, all them cakes and pies and Krispy Kreme donuts and so forth. That's where the problem is. But if you would, for the next 30 days, eat, if you would balance your plate out. And over here, we know you got animal products. We know they're dead. Why? Because you're not eating any live chickens. But if you cook a vegetable, is it live or is it dead? Listen to me carefully. It's dead. Anytime you put 350 degrees in anything for 40 minutes, it's dead. So your animals are dead, your macaroni and cheese, your scrambled eggs, all that's dead. I ain't picking on it. I ain't saying you're going to die and go to hell because you eat this. What I am saying is over here, God gave us what? He gave us fruit, nuts, grains, and vegetables. He gave us green leaf lettuce, tomatoes. He gave us broccoli and cauliflower, the way you put it in a salad, carrots, all of that. Apples, peaches, pears, plums, bananas, grapes, raisins, mangoes, papayas, all that over here. Now, which side has enzymes that's going to help your body digest the meal? The live side. Which side has minerals going to build your muscles, your joints, your ligaments, and your tendons? The live side. Which side has vitamins, life that's going to build your immune system so you can fight off COVID? The live side. Which side has fiber that's going to make your bowels move like most of y'all ain't moving? The live side. Which side do people eat the most of? That's the lesson right there. I ain't saying you can't eat that, but you need more of this because this was the first thing God gave you after He told you to be fruitful and multiply. I have given you every herb-bearing seed. And so this is it, folks. Eat more of this to go along with this for the next 30 days. The weight will come off. The energy level will go up. The mucus will disappear. The bowels will start moving.
Wow. Okay, I think we have a caller. Go ahead with your question or comment.
Hello?
Yes. Hello. Go ahead with your question or comment. How you doing this morning?
I'm all right. Praise the Lord, everybody. How you doing, Apostle Cowart, and everybody else that's on the panel?
I'm doing great.
I was calling about that water you were talking about. What is the name of that water? Because I got it, but you didn't. You said it so fast.
Okay.
I was trying to get the name down. And where can I purchase that water?
Okay, it's not water. It's called Inner 7. It's minerals. It's all the 60 minerals that we need, but it came from the Okinawa Ocean. It came from like 3.5 miles down, and it's loaded with all of the chlorophyll that comes from the living plants that are there around that water. So all the chlorophyll, all the minerals are loaded with enzymes, metabolites, and antioxidants, and that's what makes that such a powerful, powerful formula. But you simply break one of the sachets and just pour it into your water or into your juice or whatever, and it gives you all the minerals, especially magnesium. And then that same nanotechnology, which takes it straight into the bones, straight into the bloodstream, straight into the blood-brain barrier, and that's a powerful thing because you get instant relief.
And where can I?
Oh, I'm sorry. Right Stuff Health. RIGHTSTUFF Health, HEALTH.com. And you'll see the formulas there, and you'll actually see a little 1-2 minute MGM quality video talking about the product and the efficacy of it, the importance of it, how it works, why it works. And then you can just order it there.
And this is the first time I've ever heard of this before. I never heard of this.
Well, it's been around for 51. It's been around for over 51 years, but it's just been in America the last year. And God bless me, poor little colored boy from the projects, to become the medical director of this multi-million-dollar company. Why? Because they have thousands of doctors there involved with it, but they didn't have a one that could take the complexity of it and break it down on a simple level where even a child could understand. And God pulled this little colored boy from the projects into the midst of it, and they did what? They made me the medical director. And I thank God. It's God, because we said, for it's God that does the healing. Yes. And so I thank God that He was able to use me for that. And this powerful product, we've used it even with COVID in the last year and a half, and we've seen people literally get well naturally without drug and medication. I believe we got what about the formula for drinking water a person could follow for optimum health and what kind of water is best. Okay. We don't want to get into a fight, but like my dear brother Dr. Barnes said, I don't want to hurt no feelings. But the best water to drink, first of all, is distilled water. Pure steam distilled water is the best water. I'm not saying it's the only, it's the best. And that's what we talk about, is the right stuff. Mm-hmm. It's the best water. And the amount you should drink, you can find in Ezekiel 4:11.
That's right.
Ezekiel 4:11 says, thou shalt drink also water by measure. The sixth part of a hin from time to time shalt thou drink. So God is saying you need to drink a measured amount of water. He says the sixth part of a hin. A hin in the Hebrew and Greek is part of a bath of water, or a gallon and a half, which equals 6 quarts. And he said, so that's, if you got 6 quarts, he says drink 1/6 of a hin. So if you got 6 over here and you're going to drink 1/6 of that, that's what? That's 1. So you got 1 quart. Then he says, from time to time shalt thou drink it. So if you drink it one time and you come over here and drink it another time, that's 1 quart, 1 quart, that's 2 quarts. How many glasses is that? That's 8 glasses. So God told you by the prophet Ezekiel several thousand years ago to drink at least 8 glasses of water.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
And then I'll put this to it too. That's a minimum of 8, simply because if, let's just say, I weigh 200 pounds. I'm a Ford Excursion. My wife weighs 125, 130 pounds. She's a Ford Echo. Now, they both use water, but which one uses the most water? The Excursion. Can you drive the Excursion on Echo water? You could for a little while, but these brothers will tell you, in a little while, that car is going to run hot. Mm-hmm. It'll shoot a piston through the top of the hood. It'll freeze the engine. And the same thing happens to you when you don't drink enough water. Wow. It's called those hoses, those arteries closing up, and you're having a 4-5 bypass, and that heart, pow, busting out of your chest. So y'all listen to what I'm saying? Wow. You got to drink water. The Bible tells you to drink at least 8 glasses a day.
Thank you for your call and your question.
Thank you.
Both questions.
Sir?
No, I said both your question and the question that was up on the screen. Yes, sir.
Yes, I just have one more question. I had COVID. I had the COVID. I just got rid of the COVID. But ever since I got rid of the COVID, my body thinks it ain't the same, like part of my breathing and stuff like that. And when I used to walk to the store, as I was trying to get better, I'd be shortness of breath. You know what I'm saying? Does that water work for
that water? The water will help. Yes, the water will help, but let me just tell you, the water will help because you need more oxygen. That's the problem. Water is H2O, so the more water you drink, the more oxygen into the lungs. But you need to write this number down, and all of those of you who are listening who either had COVID or want to keep from, the bottom line, you need to give us a call at 913-363-FOOD or 363-3663. 913-363-3663, and we can put you on a consultation, put you on a plan to show you how to turn that around, how to get rid of that long haulers, how to get your energy built back up. And all of it basically is going to be a change in your diet and your lifestyle. But we'll help you with that with our 42 years of experience. 913-363-3663.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much for the information, sir. Y'all have a blessed day. Pastor Cowart, thank you for the information that you gave, through the Bible, because I never saw that like that either.
Yes, sir.
So thank you for that information.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. All right, this has definitely been has been a wonderful treat. Please, we want to make sure we get the information out to you. Yes, we're definitely going to make sure that we give out the information definitely for today, for the free consultations on his birthday. Again, this is Dr. Taylor's birthday. Happy 72. And today we'll be at One Source Health and Wellness, 1006 Top Street, Flowood, Mississippi, Suite H. Again, that is 1006 Top Street, Suite H, Flowood, Mississippi, 39232. And please take advantage of coming in today and getting these consultations, because they're going to be a game changer or a life changer. So, but again, I thank you, gentlemen, for coming in this morning, and just really appreciate everything that you've done. I want to make sure we get your information out to the public too as well.
Yes, we'll be at 3102 Monticello Drive, and that's here in Jackson. 3102 Monticello Drive. We have Bible class at 1 o'clock. Prayer from 12 to 1, Bible class 1 to 2, and then we have services tonight at 7 p.m.
And that's going to be for the next 7 days?
Next 7 days. So at least one day we're going to have to try to at least all be there one time, at least one time. And again, Dr. Taylor, please give out your information as far as your website.
Okay, 901-383-0404 is one of the numbers. Our website is www.rightstuffhealth.com. www.rightstuffhealth.com.
Thank you so much. And my information, Dr. Gerald Barnes, One Source Health and Wellness, 1006 Top Street, Flowood, Mississippi. Again, visit us at www.onesourcehw.com. And again, we just want to say thank you to everyone who called in, and we're looking forward to doing this again. Hopefully we will see definitely each other really soon, and we're going to get together and do this quite often, God willing. Thank you. Good night. Good evening.